Yo, Bachi 2007 back at you with another one. And we're here to talk a little bit about uh, Gary Owen and his ex wife, Kenya Duke. Here they are together in happier times when they were still married. All right. Of course, Gary Owen is this white comedian. He's been around since the 90s. He was on Comic View back when that was big on BET. And we can see that Miss Duke has some large assets upstairs that she's working with. But they got divorced back. I think they first filed in 2021, and I think they got finalized early last year. In response to some comments he made on his podcast here recently, a couple of days back, she came out today with these comments, response to his video comments in an article that has been written in the Atlanta Black Star. And as you can see here, the title, where she says, "You have done some foul things." Gary Owen's ex wife, Kenya Duke, hits back at the comedian's remarks during a recent podcast about their kids. So we're going to get into this, but before we do, if you wouldn't take a moment in mind to take a moment to hit the like button, like me up, and that will help us out here at the channel. If you also subscribe and in that drop down next to the subscribe button, hit the first bell at the top to get these notifications so these videos will get surfaced to you. If you do that, take care of all that business, we'll get right back to the program. So we have this whole situation here with Gary Owen and his ex-wife. Before we get into the article, let's just hear a little bit from this interview about their divorce in general that she did about 5 months ago.
True about Gary. He's packing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
They gonna be knocking.
Who cares? It ain't my problem no more.
Right,
Let him. I want him to be happy, and he is really, really funny. You can ask me, listen, you can ask me whatever you want to ask me. If I don't want to answer, I'm going to tell you I'm not answering it.
Okay.
Okay?
So, well, let's start here then.
Okay.
Now that, you probably had some time to, reflect and things have settled down a bit, do you feel a sense of responsibility or any guilt around your divorce in terms of what may have led Gary to filing?
No. This is what I think. I think people move in the direction that they want to move in. I think a person's cheating has nothing, like his cheating or whatever he was out there doing, they don't have nothing to do with me. That's on him, right? So I never felt responsible. Like someone could say, maybe you should have left earlier. Someone could say that. And yeah, or the financial situation I found myself in, I feel responsible about that. You know what I mean? Because I didn't put money away, and I never thought it would be a money issue. I never thought I'd be fighting over money. I was just more concerned with, because I was not smart enough to make sure should something ever happen, I would be okay. That I had to rebuild or kind of figure it out that way. You know what I mean? So those are the type of things I would feel bad or guilty, but not the reason why we got divorced or do I regret anything? No, not really. But maybe I will in a couple of years. Right now, I don't regret shit.
So let's deal with what we've heard so far. We'll go in reverse order from the last thing we just heard, which was no accountability. Surprise, surprise, surprise. She's not accountable for anything. She doesn't regret anything. She couldn't have done anything better. She is perfect in all thine ways. Because she was born with a vagina, she is a 10, and everything, of course, is the man's fault. But what do we see about this man, right? Who's the man here? We see that he comes from the Caucasoid persuasion. And what were the first two things that she said about him, going back in reverse order? He didn't take care of her financially when things fell apart, right? She never thought that would be an issue. And he was out cheating, doing all of what he wanted to do and moving how he wanted to move. But how could that be? This is Brad. And Brad is better. Only dusty black men don't make sure their wife and children are taken care of. Only no good scum black men are out cheating on their wives. I thought you go and get you a Brad and you divest and you swirl and everything is better. Cause you have better Brad. What's happening, sis? The swirling didn't work yet again. Another victim of the swirl. Another swirler down bad. It looks like Zaddy wins again. We keep getting the same story. And you can get all of these stories through the Swirler Black Women Love Zaddy playlist, which you can find on my channel. You can either type in the name of that playlist or come to Yobachi 2007, click playlist, and there it is, the first one, Swirler Black Women Love Zaddy. If he's white, he's all right. But then we can see again in actuality that doesn't work out to be true for them over and over again. But let's hear what she has to say next about her male dating preferences.
But I like what I like. Okay. And I like them chocolate, okay?
Oh, what? This is what she thinks chocolate is? The pellets, whitest white guy you've ever seen in your life? What?
Feel you.
Yeah.
Okay, you like them chocolate.
I know, girl, let me just say, I don't even fool with the breast no more. I used to only eat the chicken breast. I don't even fool with that no more. I'm straight dark meat.
Oh, you sound like JD Mai from
Is that what she said?
So after 23 years with Zaddy, now she wants brothers. Now she prefers chocolate. Insane. Well, let's keep it going and look at what she's talking about here. So what happened where this came about was he did the podcast talking about how he hasn't seen his kids in 3 years. I guess all three of his kids took the mother's side, which happens a lot of times, which, being a father is a thankless job, apparently. And a lot of you guys take these women's side no matter what. Probably he was on the road a lot their whole lives growing up, making all the money to give them the fantastic life that they live. And while he was doing that, she was the one with them all the time, so they just took her side when it all fell apart. So comedian Gary Owen is being blasted by his ex-wife, Kenya Duke, on Instagram after he publicly announced that he hasn't seen his children in 3 years. The former couple divorced after 18 years, blah, blah, blah. Owen admitted during an appearance on The Breakfast Club that his children were upset with him over the divorce. In return, Duke accused him of being a deadbeat dad, and allegedly he stopped supporting her and the kids a month after filing. Stop supporting them. I don't believe her. What she was coming out asking for was for $44,000 a month. The average black woman's income in America is $43,000 a year. She just thinks she deserves the average black woman's income in 1 month. So what she's calling stop supporting them is stop funding extraordinarily lavish lifestyle for a woman he wasn't going to be with anymore, which is correct. But I'm sure he didn't just abandon his kids to nothing. And that's just the kind of crap you get with dealing with these women. So what we see again here is another trip into Zaddy land hasn't worked out for the black woman. They continue with this nonsense and believing that Brad is better and trying to find some kind of cope to make up for the fact of the reality is that the common denominator in all of their relationship problems are them. Whether they are with a black man or with a white man, they continually get the same outcome. Again and again, their outcomes are that they can't get along with anybody. The white man keeps dropping them. They got to go beg the white man and get with old dudes because they can't get anybody to want to take care of them when men's natural want is to take care of a woman. Uh, but not just any woman who acts any kind of way and who is nasty. They can't get a brother to take care of them, and they can't get Pookie to take care of them. They get with Pookie and swoon all over him and propose marriage to him, and he still goes and cheats. Pookie Zaddy, as we see here, no matter what they do, it still doesn't work no matter who they're with, which suggests to us that the problem isn't who they're with, the problem is them. But they will not take any accountability for this. And what we have to see and understand, brothers, that we're not taking any losses here. When we see them going to Zaddy, when we hear them talking about divesting and leaving dusty black men alone, we should feel happy. Let them identify themselves for who they are so that we know whom to stay away from. And we know that the real problem is them. That's why they have the same problems no matter who they're with. That's why we should maintain high standards for women who are going to be on code with us, who are going to cooperate and get on our plan. If they're not willing to get on our plan, we're not willing to deal with them. And that's that. Stop chasing women. Stop worrying about the crap that comes out of their mouth. Don't worry about what they say they want. Worry about what they actually respond to. And with that, if you can respond to me with a like, a subscribe, hit the notification bell, like me up on your way out. And with that, I'm out. Hibachi 2007. Peace.